Okay, hey DeWan, it's great to see you. Thanks for sitting down for a few minutes with me today. I think the purpose of our discussion is really so that the Best Self community can learn a little bit about you, our new Chief People Officer. So why don't we start with you just introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Thank you. And I'm excited to be here. So, as you mentioned, my name is DeWan Stroud. I'm the new Chief People Officer. I have been in the HR field for the last 13, 14 years. The last 12 years I spent at People Incorporated and on the HR leadership team. I've got a wealth of experience, a wealth of knowledge in the HR field, talent acquisition, talent management, employee engagement, diversity, equity, and inclusion. So I've led all of those areas, and I'm excited to bring that knowledge and that experience to the Best Self team.
Yeah, great, thanks. What made you make the decision to leave your previous employer and come here and join us at Best Self?
Yeah, that was a tough decision. It was more about Best Self and where I felt like I fit at this time and at this stage in my life and my career. I have been at several events in the last few years where I've seen Best Self there, and it
In the
stood out in
community,
the
you mean?
community. In the community, yeah, HR events in the community, events that are promoting racial equity and inclusion, and Best Self just seemed to stand out to me, and so it was interesting when I saw this opportunity available, and I read into it and I learned more about it. I thought it was the perfect fit for me, and so I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, well, we're glad you made that decision. Why don't we talk a little bit about, traditionally here at Best Self, we've had a vice president of human resources, director of human resources, that kind of position. What do you think the difference is between a VP of HR and a chief people officer to you?
Sure. So they're very similar. I think the difference, the language difference, is about the employee focus, the people focused systems and processes and programs that a chief people officer will bring to the table. And that's not to say that a vice president of HR doesn't do that or wouldn't focus on things from that standpoint, but I think there's a little bit of a different mindset and an approach when you look at or when you use the terminology chief people officer, right? It's about the people, it's about the employees that are doing the work for us and bringing so much value to the table. How do we appreciate them? How do we engage them and ensure they have a positive experience? And so there's, when we use the term chief people officer, it doesn't leave it up in the air about what is this person's role. We make it very clear. It's about making sure that people have a positive experience.
Yeah, I love that, and I think that that's really why, as an agency and, the board on board as well, to, create that chief people officer for exactly that reason, because of course Best Self is about people, about the people we serve, and then also the people who work for us, helping us serve the folks in the community, and, really that's the heart and soul of the agency and the most important piece. So I do think having that title and being a chief title and sitting at the executive management level and really focusing on people is really important for us as an agency, a big step. So can you talk just briefly a little bit about some of your initial plans to improve the employee experience here at Best Self, as well as recruitment and retention? I think probably most people in the agency have seen we've had a little bit of struggles with that in the last little while. So
Sure. I think there's a lot that we're going to be doing, but I think the foundation of that is going to be the HR team being more involved, right? And being involved in the employee experience at every opportunity, and that's with acquiring talent, going out to job fairs, doing interviews, the onboarding process and welcoming people to the agency and making sure that HR plays a role and leads the agency in doing that. And there's also current employees engaging with the current employees through different platforms, whether it's doing employee surveys, pulse surveys, or just going out to staff meetings, learning from people what they are looking for, what they want to see the agency do to have to make sure we have a better employee experience. Looking at our benefits packages, seeing what we can do to enhance those benefits packages. So all those different things that employees care about, having the HR team taking the lead on enhancing those things and ensuring that we are doing what's best for our employees in terms of keeping them here, but also going out to find more talent to add to the team so that we can, ensure that people are not, overwhelmed in their roles and they have quality team members that they're working with.
Yeah, great. I think those things will be very important, and I think you're looking at a focus on staff wellness as well, and adding that as a position in HR or a piece of a position.
Right. Yeah. So that's something that we're looking at, hopefully adding in the very near future, so that we can grow a wellness program that will be beneficial for employees. I think this is something that a lot of organizations are doing, but I think we want to try to do something that fits the needs of our employees, and that's modern. So.
Great. And I know you and I are going to be, out and about visiting programs. We're probably not going to be able to run into every one of our over 1,100 employees when we're out and about, but we'll certainly try our best to at least see the sites and see some of the staff there. So what are some other ways that folks can get in touch with you if they have feedback for you as the leader of human resources, or questions for you?
Sure. So certainly via email. If there's any questions, you can contact me via email at dstroud@bestselfwny.org. I believe the email address is. And obviously, you can also call the administrative office. My extension here is 2221. And I'm in the office usually from 8 to 5, somewhere around there. And so I'll be able to answer any questions or just, chat and engage with folks if they want to, share ideas, or they have questions for us in HR. So, yeah.
Sounds great. Thanks, DeWan. Appreciate spending a little time with you, and I'm sure the agency will get to know you as we go along. And welcome to the team. We're grateful to have you.
Because I'm excited to be here.